Live from WTVO 17 and your home team. Eyewitness News at 6 starts now.
Remembering those who have died in the line of duty and highlighting some aspects of an officer's job is what this past week has been all about. We'll show you some of those demonstrations. A mixture of freedom and confusion in the wake of the CDC new mask guidance. We'll explain who lets you take the mask off and who asks to keep them on. And pairing man's best friends with veterans suffering from mental illness is one of the most recent acts to move to the Senate. How soon some lawmakers hope this will be written into law. Good evening, I'm Alexis Carpello. We'll get to those stories in just a moment, but first, police in Freeport are investigating a shooting. They tell us one person has died and another is injured. It happened around 1:40 this afternoon at the intersection of Frank and State Street. Police say a 19-year-old with gunshot wounds was taken to a local hospital. That's where he was pronounced dead. A 23-year-old was also taken to the hospital. His injuries are said to be non-life-threatening. Police are looking for a silver Chrysler 300 with black rims in connection to this shooting. They say the vehicle may have 3 or more people inside and describing them as armed and dangerous. Investigators asked anyone with information to call police or leave a tip with Crime Stoppers. Smoke alarms help wake up a Wisconsin family to a home burning. It happened around 3:40 this morning on Wilson Avenue in Janesville, just south of Racine Street. Janesville fire crews say the porch was fully engulfed when they got there. The flames then spread to the home. Investigators estimate about $100,000 in damages. A firefighter was injured. The family is being assisted by the Red Cross. Officials are investigating what started the blaze. A local lawmaker reacts to the potential layoffs for hundreds of Belvedere auto workers. Representative Joe Sosnowski releases a statement in response to Friday's announcement by Stellantis that over 1,600 employees could lose their jobs in July. Sosnowski says in part, quote, "We will do everything we can to support these jobs staying in our region. We also need to support the workers already impacted by the recent shutdowns. Employment applications are processed quickly and securely," end quote. On Friday, the company said production at its Jeep plant will go from 2 shifts to 1. The company adds the chip shortage we've been telling you about for weeks isn't helping. For the past week, in honor of Police Memorial Week, a local group has been remembering and educating the public on the duties of law enforcement. Ari Bruckman went to the demonstrations at Cherryvale Mall today. He now joins us in studio to share more about it.
Alexis, Police Week is a time to honor law enforcement for the work that they do to help keep our communities safe. One Forest City resident tells me this was a fun way to teach his grandson about the police.
It's nice to see him interact. At least he's learning something. He's learning, he's having fun. It's a good time.
The celebration of Police Week continues today. The Northern Illinois Multi-Jurisdictional Honor Guard hosted the event. Several local police departments from Boone and Winnebago County had display tables set up to interact with the public and answer any questions people have about being a police officer. Lieutenant Daniel Watton says this event is incredibly important to him.
I think this is one of the greatest events that we do every year because we actually can go out, they can actually see the police officers in a different light. So you get to interact with us, laugh with us, and have a good time.
Katie Dreger grew up in Rockford and remembers coming to these events as a kid with her parents. Now as a mother, she wants to do the same with her son.
I think it's great to introduce him to the police vehicles and to show that and have interactions with the police to show that they're here to keep you safe and keep the community safe. This is a great family activity. Everyone should come out and see what they have to offer and show the young kids.
Police Week ends tomorrow with festivities concluding at Cherryvale Mall at 6 p.m. Alexis?
All right, thanks, Ari. Now on to COVID numbers for today. Statewide, over 1,500 residents test positive. Even more than that are checked into the hospital battling the virus. 47 more people have died due to COVID. Illinois' rolling test positivity rate sits below 3%. Over 10.3 million shots of the COVID-19 vaccines have been given throughout Illinois. Yesterday, over 92,000 COVID-19 vaccines were given in the state. The CDC's new guidance on masks for those who are fully vaccinated is receiving mixed reaction. The recommendation leading several states, including Illinois, to announce they will lift or change mask mandates. ABC's Serene Shaw shares more of those details.
The CDC's new guidance on masks is liberating news for some, but also causing anxiety and confusion.
I think because we've all been in this lockdown for so long, it still feels like a shock to transition to a new normal again.
With almost 2/3 of the U.S. population still unvaccinated, the new guidelines are facing criticism.
I really hoped that the CDC would have been a little bit more conservative and allowed for a few more people to be vaccinated before they started pulling back.
At least 19 of the 24 states that still had mask mandates have announced plans to either scrap them or adopt CDC's guidance, including Colorado, which is moving to 100% capacity with no social distancing, and Oregon.
Protect yourself and your families and those around you by continuing to wear your mask and keep your distance.
Some businesses are also updating their policies, but still following state and local laws. Walmart will not require masks for vaccinated workers or shoppers, and beginning Monday, Starbucks won't be requiring customers to wear masks while in its stores. But Kroger's grocery store chain is keeping its mask policy in place for now. Business owners are concerned about enforcing the new rules.
Should I card the people? Should I ask for vaccination? I can see the conflict's going to be with people where they're going to go and say, well, I'm vaccinated, but I don't have my paper with me. So how do you deal with that? However,
the CDC, TSA, and Department of Transportation are reminding travelers they will still be required to wear a mask on planes, trains, and buses, as well as in travel hubs such as airports. Zoreen Shah.
Residents have one more day to rev up those engines at a local museum exhibit. The Hot Wheels exhibit at the Discovery Center Museum ends tomorrow. The exhibit looks into the scientific process for designing super fast cars. If you want to check it out before it's gone, you have to register online first. We have that on our website, mystateline.com. A bill to pair therapy dogs with veterans is gaining more momentum in Congress. Bipartisan lawmakers are pushing to pass the PAWS Act by Memorial Day.
The temperatures were stuck in the 50s today after spending the past 2 days in the 70s, but 70s and 80s even. Will be back before you know it. I'll let you know when coming up in the forecast. Stay with us.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team, with Alexis, Carpello, David Greenberg, and meteorologist Kevin Doom.
A program that would pair service dogs with veterans to help treat mental illness is moving through Congress. The bipartisan bill just passed the House this week. It could make it to the president's desk by Memorial Day. Kelly Meyer reports on the push to get man's best friend to those in need. She's keeping you connected to the nation's capital.
Well, the PAWS Act is getting a huge amount of support here in Congress. It overwhelmingly passed in the House just this week, and it's on track to be fast-tracked through the Senate. Four-legged Friends took over Capitol Hill this week to highlight a need to help service members.
We lose 22 veterans a day to suicide. It's time to fix it.
Ohio Republican Congressman Steve Stivers is pushing for his PAWS Act to create a pilot program giving veterans access to service dogs. The dogs are trained to do things like block a veteran to give them space in a crowd or wake them up if they're having a nightmare.
They're getting people away from their night terrors. They're getting them out of the house. They're helping them socialize.
For Florida Republican Congressman Mike Waltz, a combat veteran, the support is life-saving.
Time and time again, veterans are sharing with me that it gets them off the meds.
And once the program is over, the veteran can adopt their dog to continue providing this crucial support. 300 lawmakers worked across the aisle to get this passed in the House, including Michigan Democrat Alyssa Slotkin.
I have gotten a chance to visit and seen with my own eyes what the impact of a dog plus a veteran who is suffering can have.
The legislation is now on the fast track in the Senate, and Republican North Carolina Senator Tom Tillis tells me he hopes it will pass in time for Memorial Day.
I think it's a very important time for us to recognize the life-saving consequences of this therapy.
This is Stivers' last bill before he retires, and he believes after a 6-year push, it will finally make it to the president's desk.
Things take a long time in Washington. You just have to be dogged and stay with it.
And Senator Tillis tells me he wants to get this done for the veterans and in honor of Congressman Stivers, who worked for the past 6 years to get this passed. His last day in office is tomorrow. Reporting here in Washington, I'm Kelly Meyer.
Coming up later in sports, the Chicago Bears rookie minicamps are underway, and this young group is trying to build upon their already strong chemistry. Plus, a rainy day in the state line. Kevin will share more about the totals and his full first warn weather forecast next.
Now, your first warm weather forecast with meteorologist Kevin Doom.
Well, rain showers have been sort of off and on just about all day today, and with some much cooler temperatures today. It's overall been a very gloomy Saturday. Now, most of that rain has moved off to our east. Now, all the widespread rain actually missed us just to the south, really riding along I-80 earlier on today. We're just about done with the rain for the evening. We do have another system of showers and even a few thunderstorms currently headed our way, pushing through eastern Iowa, but most of this should actually miss us here in the state line, starting to fizzle out just a little bit and moving more to the southeast rather than to the east. Maybe seeing some of this fall in the western or maybe southernmost counties here in the state line, but the majority of us should be just about done with the rain for the rest of the evening. In fact, we do have some drier air working in from the north and northwest. If we look at some water vapor satellite imagery way up in Minnesota, starting to push into the northern part of Iowa. As that eventually makes its way down here into the state line, we'll actually start to see a little bit of clearing in our cloud cover later on tonight. So looking at it with our FutureCast, maybe just a few more sprinkles here and there over the next few hours. Then overnight tonight is when we'll start to see some clearing in our cloud cover. We are going to hang on to the mostly cloudy conditions, but maybe seeing a few peaks of clear sky as we head on through the overnight hours of tonight. Mostly cloudy conditions then hanging on with us through the day tomorrow. And then there is a slight chance we could see 1 or 2 passing showers, especially heading in to the latter part of tomorrow afternoon and through tomorrow evening. A little bit of a better chance of rain does arrive through the night and into Monday, particularly Monday morning. We're going to see another system of showers, likely for the majority of it missing us to the south. But we could definitely see a few showers here and there pop up, again, particularly Monday morning, and then maybe just 1 or 2 isolated showers through the rest of the day on Monday. Now, through the afternoon, a lot of this cloud cover is going to clear up. We should actually see a decent amount of sunshine heading on into our Monday. And we are expecting potential for an overall rainy week ahead. Every single day over the next 7 days sees at least a chance for some rain, particularly on Tuesday and then heading into the latter part of the week, Thursday and Friday. And that's when we can maybe see a few thunderstorms thrown into the mix there as well. Nothing strong anticipated at this point, but we could definitely see quite a few days with some rain popping up here in the state line. So here's a live look over the Rock River downtown, where we're seeing the cloudy conditions still, and right now we're just seeing very light mist, or at least that's the case here at the station in the western part of Rockford. Now, temperatures were stuck in the 50s all day long. We spent the last 2 days in the 70s, so a lot cooler today. 56 is the current temperature here in Rockford, 57 up in Janesville, 53 for those of you out in Freeport, and 55 currently up in Monroe. Now, we do have a lot of warmer air situated just out to our west, which means that we're going to be a lot more seasonable in terms of temperature come tomorrow. So tonight, temperature is going to be dropping down only into the low 50s. This thick cloud cover overhead and a lot of moisture in the air is actually going to help temperatures to stay rather consistent through the rest of the night. And then tomorrow, we're going to be right back up into the 70s. Still seeing mostly cloudy conditions with the potential for a few passing showers here and there, but at least will be warmer. 70s then expected to last through the middle of the week, with 80s anticipated by the end of the week. But again, we do see quite a few rain chances between now and next weekend.
All right, thanks, Kevin. David Greenberg is in next with sports. There was lots to cover around the state line today. David has highlights from baseball, softball, and a little bit of golf.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with David Greenberg.
Day 2 of rookie mini camps around the NFL. Yesterday was all about Justin Fields at Hallis Hall and getting a first look at him in the blue and orange. Today, I'm putting the focus on the team's remaining draft picks. I've personally been keeping my eye on receiver Daz Newsome out of North Carolina and running back Khalil Herbert from Virginia Tech, because historically, Ryan Pace has done well finding late-round gems at both of those positions. Now, take into account the fact that Justin Fields is the long-term solution at quarterback for this team. Getting him as many reps with his young new weapons will be a key to sustained success.
Really just knowing that every time I win deep that it's a chance I might get it, because he's definitely putting it right on the money. So it's definitely a good feeling.
You know, when we're out there, he's locked in, dialed in, making sure we got the calls, got the plays, got the cadence. And it definitely helps us, I feel like, run a lot smoother, knowing what we got to do, how to do it, and have that kind of clean, crisp mindset when we attack the line of scrimmage.
Let's go to the diamond from Boylan as the Titans hosted Harlem in a crucial Nick 10 matchup. In the bottom of the first, the Titans had the bases loaded. Connor Fought bounces a hit through the infield. That scored 2. Boylan went up 3-1. Bottom of the fourth, James Cooper Jr. on in relief for the Huskies. The Titans again had the bases loaded. Daniel Contreras up at the dish, knocks a single to right center. The Titans scored 2 more runs. They went up 6-1. And Boylan starting pitcher Alex Easton had a strong outing. He went 6 innings, allowed 2 hits, and struck out 5 batters as the Titans went on to win this one 6-1. They improved to 12-2 overall and 11-1 in the Nick 10. Check out some softball in Durand. The Durand Bulldogs with a 9-1 record hosted the Winnebago Indians. Bottom of the fifth, Erica Nyan sends a single to left. That brought home Emmy Nyan. It was 2-0 Durand. Then Emmy Nyan tossed a shutout for the Bulldogs until the 6th. That's when Bago scored twice to tie it up. Annika Bielski singled to drive home Izzy Bird for one of those runs. And in the 7th, still tied up, Jenna Stater lays down the bunt. Jenna Damon advanced to third, and then on a misplay at first, she comes home to score the game winner. Winnebago edges Durand 3-2. Durand improves to 10-1. A bunch of local golfers met at Montecito Country Club this morning for the first day of their annual tournament. Reigning champion Robert Dolfelmeyer was in attendance looking to defend his title. Here he is in the green at the 10th hole. This putt just rattles on home for him. Former Boylan Titans state champion TJ Baker was also a favorite. This putt gets in there for him, and this smile from TJ. But he fell to Troy McNulty in the quarterfinals. A couple of state champions in the field. Baker was one of them, and Marcus Smith is the other. On the green from a long way, can't get that to fall, but he gets real close. He beat Garrett Ralston in his match to advance. So let's take a look at the tournament bracket heading into tomorrow's final rounds. Dolfelmeyer and McNulty will tee off at 8 a.m., and then 10 minutes later, it'll be the veteran Jamie Hogan and Marcus Smith, a rematch from last year's Men's City Championship where Marcus won in a playoff, so that should be a good one. Then at noon, the 2 winners will tee off for another 18 and a chance to take home some hardware. That's it for sports. We'll be right back.
Let's have a look at our first sworn interactive radar sponsored by Rockford Auto Glass and More. Just about all the rain has moved out of the area. Just seeing light mist right now here in Rockford, as well as a few other spots throughout the state line. Looking at an overall rainy week ahead, though. That includes maybe tomorrow just a slight chance for a few passing showers. The temperature is right back up into the 70s. 70s then through the middle of the week. Latter half of the week features 80s, but a chance for more rain, even a few thunderstorms by next weekend.
Well, thanks for making us your home team. We'll see you at 10.